All right, like I said, next day after getting a lot of this clean, now we're on to the motor. Now, bad thing is it is a little windy out, so apologize for any wind noise, because what we're gonna do today, try to get this in. So hopefully this doesn't take too long. So I got the transmission jacked up because it was sitting down at an angle, so now it's sitting with the front pushed up, so it's at an angle like that. So hopefully I can slide the transmission in, kind of slide the motor in, slightly get it dowel pins in, maybe a bolt or two, set it all down together. I don't know. We're just gonna have to work at this as we go. We shall see. Oh yeah, let me go ahead. Transmission bolts. First guess. Alright, so here's bolts. To get the transmission bolted up. Don't know which ones do which, but hey, whatever. Alright, well, I guess we'll put the camera in the truck and over there somewhere and start getting this in, or hopefully. Forgot to hit the start button. It's all good. So I've got it into here. It is free, still free hanging by a long shot. Alright, let it down a little. We got to keep an eye on all the wires and stuff like that behind the motor. It's getting there. It's almost sitting on top of the motor mounts. So again, got to make sure all these wires are kind of in the clear. There's a lot of them back here. Hope I can remember where all this goes. Alright, now let's slide it back some more. We're close. So motor to transmission is probably 2 to 3 inches, and then we got to still go down about 2 to 3 inches. So let's take her down just a hair and slide it back a little more too. Getting there. So I got motor mount bolts up here, and the transmission bolts are sitting on the ground down there. Needs to go to the passenger side and down a little more. Now I've almost got, let me go ahead and move. So it's real hard to see on camera, but we're looking at 1 inch in between them two. Yeah, they're real close. Whew. And then there's those, so that needs to go down a little more. And then this side, when it goes down, that one will line right up. Man, I ain't done this in a while. All right, I'm gonna turn the camera off because this is gonna take a little bit of wiggling and finagling, but hopefully next shot will be them together. That didn't take as long as I thought it was going to. That was literally just a few minutes. So I got both motor mounts bolts in on both sides, and they just slide in so beautifully. Transmission is mated up. I wish I had the camera on. It just took a little pry bar against the firewall in the top of the transmission because the transmission was up, and I released the jack some, and as soon as I gave it a little bit of a pry, it just went right into the dowel pins on the back of the motor and just slid right in. Done. Now I need to throw some bolts in the transmission. Whew. Not a lot of work, but a lot of work. All right, let me go ahead. I don't know, we'll throw the 4 bottom bolts in the transmission because, you know, there's 2 on each side, then there's the 2 on the top for this. So we'll throw the 4 bottom ones in, 2 on each side, then we'll go ahead, put the nuts and tighten the motor mounts down, and then the block is in. Loving this. And what I like about this is having just a short block in here like this, is it makes it so much easier to start, you know, working and getting everything put back together. I mean, yeah, some people just put the whole motor in, slap it in, but, you know, it's fine for me. I don't care. Baby steps. Oh yeah, so the head bolts, they're in the mail. I think they'll be here within the next day or 2. So once that's here, we can go ahead and start getting these heads on, because I've got the gaskets, all that kind of stuff in the house. So basically it's just get the head bolts in, start buttoning up the top half of the motor. So all right, let me go ahead, get that done, and then we're going to call it a day on this, and we're going to get into something else. Okay, I will tell you this, them 4 bottom transmission bolts, 2 down there and the 2 down there, those 4 bolts took me longer than it did to get this motor in. But motor mounts are tight, the bottom mounts are on and tight. Didn't do the top because there's a bracket that goes on that one up there. and that's the one that holds the fuel lines. Then this one over here has a ground and a couple other things on it, so that's why these top two transmission mounts aren't done yet. Have to crawl in there and get to it. All right, well, time to take a break from this, because this is all I wanted to get done today on that. So now let's clean the Silverado. It hasn't been cleaned in a long time, and it is pollen season out. Of course, now I'm going to clean it, and you know, it's pollen. But let's go ahead and get the Silverado clean, because it is my daily right now, and it's filthy. Wheels are dirty, it's nasty, so let's get on that. So after my little break, we're gonna get out, clean the car. Now, today, we're not doing a super duper over the top clean on this thing. We just need to get all the dust and the pollen and the brake dust off this thing. Alright, so it's all clean. It's not the best I've ever done. I mean, come on. This truck is old. It is a little bit worn. I'm not stressed on it. I just need to get it cleaned because, I mean, there are scratches in it. There's dents in it, but we needed to get it clean. But one thing I noticed, sorry about the wind again, I have a cracked windshield all the way down to here. So the other day, me and my daughter were out, and we kept hearing stuff hit the windshield. Well, there's a chip right there at the top of the crack. Yesterday, I noticed that it was only down to about there, so it was like, what, 4 inches? Now it's a foot long. Well, I guess when I get another car or my daily, and I can stop driving that daily, I guess I'm gonna have to get a new windshield. That windshield was messed up to begin with. It had streaks in it from, I don't know, it looked like the windshield wipers went bad and they just scratched the windshield. So it needed a new windshield anyways. Well, it's gonna go a lot faster than what I planned. So once I get me a daily again, and we can set that to the side for a little bit, I guess we're gonna go ahead and get us a new windshield. That needs a new one too. It's got holes in it, but that's more important. So I guess we're gonna end this video here. I got things that I wanted to do today. Got short block in that and got that clean. So getting back on all the rods. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. See you in the next video.